All right, what is up, everybody? WarbossTae up in this mug. Welcome to my live stream. I've got a little bit of time today while the lady boss takes my son to the grocery store and the baby girls are sleeping. So I have some Deathcore of Krieg resin engineers here. Look at these awesome minis. Here's the leader. The engineers have like heavier armor, and they've got, I think traditionally they've got like shotguns, and yeah, they're loaded out with shotguns. Look at that. That's amazing. We've got little cool eyepieces up here. And then I've got some Crimson Paladins down here. So I'm just working up my courage to paint these. But today on the docket, we've got this Space Wolves Contemptor Dreadnought. I'm really loving this miniature. I call it a miniature, but it's pretty big. It is a Contemptor Dreadnought from Forge World. Last night on the stream, we did the wolf pelt. I went with a grayish wolf pelt, and I painted the eyes yellow. I thought that was like pretty cool for both. Like, it's a cool little thing to see. And today we're gonna finish, hopefully finish this guy off, and then we can do some pretty cool transfers and stuff. And then if I get any requests, if I get some nice big, hi Amy Vargas, if I get some super chats, then we'll go back to painting these Blood Angels Crimson Paladins, these nice clean red armor plates, beautiful shiny blood drops. Or if you want, I can try to paint some Deathcore of Krieg engineers there in the back. But like, look at this is so cool. Warhammer 30K Blood Angels had so much drip compared to the Warhammer 40K Blood Angels. It's just amazing. Imagine if like the Sanguinary Guard or any of the Blood Angels had that kind of a shield. So I'm gonna work my way back to these units, hopefully. Hi, the military kid. That looks great, and it's not all the way painted. Thank you. That's cool. That's fire. Thank you, Clip Syndrome. So today we're going to be actually trying to finish this guy up because I had a, not client, but a customer on eBay who said he was interested in my Space Wolves. So I've got this, got a bunch of other 30K Space Wolves miniatures. Last night on the live stream, I actually painted and did a tutorial on how to paint pale skin, how to paint eyeballs, and how to paint this dirty blonde hair. So if you missed that, you can check that out. This was a fun like mini Space Wolves tutorial session last night. But today, yeah, we're gonna finish this Dreadnought. It's a Contemptor Dreadnought from Forge World, and it looks really nice. Like I said, last night we did the wolf pelt, painted some glowing yellow eyes, some spooky fangs. Hey, the one from the past. Cool guy, I remember you. Rumpelstiltskin, they are cool. Hey everyone, happy Thursday. That's right, happy Thursday. Let's paint this Space Wolves Contemptor Dreadnought. I'm using my favorite gold paint. It's called Necro Gold by Metal and Alchemy. You can get this in a set from Metal and Alchemy. There's a bunch of different shades of gold. Some of them are closer to Games Workshop's like the Retributor armor color, and there are different popular colors, Balthazar gold, but this is my favorite color of gold. Can I like and sub? Yes, please. Like and sub to the channel, everybody. This is my favorite gold color that they make because it's like an old, ancient gold. It works really well on Chaos Space Marines too. It's a very evil looking gold, if you can quantify a gold as evil looking. So what I'm going to be doing for this stream until my babies wake up and I have to cut it is I'm just going to be painting. Oh, let's make sure I'm not getting any paint on these guys. I'm going to be painting my Space Wolves Contemptor Dreadnought here. If I get any interest, if some of you in the chat are like, hey, paint some Deathcore of Krieg or paint some Blood Angels, then maybe we'll move around just for variety. But I'm going to try to get most of this guy painted on the stream. Just wanted to show some interesting looking variation. Not many of the people like newcomers in the hobby know that the Deathcore Creek had a whole range on Forge World before they were ported over to plastic. And some of their old resin models on Forge World are really nice. So I'm taking my inspiration to paint this guy off of the Joy Toy miniature that's been released. And Joy Toy is a huge help. Games Workshop's official product page for these miniatures with the 360 view, that's a huge help, but also Joy Toy. All right. Gold. Stash it away, the custodians will come. That's funny. Gelt has his own paint. Yep, Balthazar Gelt. Sorry, it's my my thing to hold my camera is really shaky this morning. Worn brass is the word you're looking for. Ah, yes. Thin your paint, hopefully. Why don't you use airbrush? Because I don't like it. We know you just can't sell your organs to buy them, nor can we poop golden eggs. You should get the AK Interactive Liquid Gold. I'd love to see a comparison between that. Oh yeah, I used to really be a fan of the old enamel paint, Old Gold, but it screwed up my brushes because I got it when I was new to the hobby, didn't really know how to use enamel paints, and it messed up quite a couple of my brushes. So I got to go back to using it because Old Gold from Vallejo is actually quite similar to this. And I actually heard that AK Interactive's brass is like a really nice gold color. It's called just like brass, but it's really good. So it was about the time that I realized what I should have been doing first is highlighting the gray armor. So let me do that real quick because I just literally sprayed, or this guy came sprayed in gray, but it's not as high as I want to go with the gray. So I'm gonna be pulling up my Dawnstone and my Administratum Gray. Those are the colors that I want to highlight this miniature with. I've got a bunch of really cool miniatures that I just spray primed in the, they're like drying right now outside. Where did my Dawnstone go? Every time you want to paint, like you can't find it. Isn't that the way it is? And then you look and you look and you look and you realize it's like it was right in front of you the whole time. All right, so maybe I will highlight with Celestra Gray instead. I hope you're doing well out there wherever you guys are in the world. I had a really great live stream last night and I got so much done. If you're working on anything, I'm gonna promote the Gray Crusade. If you're working on anything right now, and you're trying to get rid of some stuff on your backlog, you want to get some things painted over the summer, then I hope you consider joining the Gray Crusade on my Discord server. Yeah, let's start with Eshin Gray. It's a great way to get some things painted. Oh, okay, yeah, the markers, okay. Hello, it's Naruto. What are the red ones? These are Blood Angels, Crimson Paladins. Does your wife allow you to paint at home? She does. When she's running errands and when I'm babysitting the babies and they're taking their nap, like right now. So these are Forge World miniatures. They're called Crimson Paladins. They're for the Blood Angels army. I painted 2 to completion to hopefully motivate me to paint the rest. And then I just kind of hit a wall. So these were all painted with Necro Gold as the gold. And I really like the way the colors look. So if I get a generous enough super chat, then I'll go back to I'll go back to those if somebody says, hey, I want to see you paint those Crimson Paladins. But for now, I'm gonna try to do a mixture of Eshin Gray and Celestra Gray. Since I can't find my Dawnstone, I think this should be, if I do a 1-to-1, this should be a good match. And we're going to be doing like a pretty heavy dry brush. Crimson Paladins, yeah. They're really cool. And I've never seen them before. A lot of Forge World stuff, it's like you don't really see them. I want people to get more into Warhammer 30K and Horus Heresy stuff so we see them more on the tabletop. Because I think, you know, it's just the hobby is going to keep growing. More people are going to get into it, and that means there's going to be more of an interest. And then everybody's a winner. I also have the Legion transfer sheet, so we'll put on some pretty sick transfers once we get closer to the end. Hopefully I can get there today before the end of this stream, if my daughters don't wake up. My lady boss just said, is today a holiday? Oh, is today Juneteenth? Oh man, my lady boss went to run a bunch of errands, and oh man, it's Juneteenth, isn't it? That sucks. Do you have a Dreadnought? This is a Dreadnought. I've also got a Leviathan Dreadnought back here that I saw in Games Workshop's Warhammer community. They were doing a thing for Saturnine Terminators, but this Dreadnought they had painted as a Leviathan Dreadnought for the Raven Guard. I'm really happy with how the Tower Railgun has turned out. Really good on my tank. Yes, it does. It looks really nice. If you guys are on the Discord, you got to check out all the conversion work and all of the painting that the one from the past is doing for his Deathwatch army. It looks so good, man. And it's like, every time I see it, I have to stop myself from going out and buying a Ordo Xenos, like one of those battle forces that they came out with. And sometimes I see on eBay, they're selling the Kill Team Crassus with the Deathwatch Marines from all the different chapters. And I'm like, I gotta finish what I got first over here. I got too much stuff to paint. That's what we're doing. We're painting our backlogs this summer, guys and gals in the chat. So if you've got anything that you want to be working on, then please join us in the Grey Crusade. Get your miniatures painted. And if you're interested in booking me, if you like what I paint and you like my style, if you'd like to contact me, then you can reach me at WarbossTaeStudios@gmail.com. It's all one word, WarbossTaeStudios@gmail.com. And I can give you a quote for anything. I do not paint for cheap. I have a full family to feed. So don't contact me hoping to get like, you know, ridiculous cheap rates for commission paint jobs. I am, but I think my prices are pretty fair and reasonable. I've got some long-term customers and clients that have used my services in the past. And the thing is, I love to paint. So anything that I can work on that increases my skill as a painter makes me happy. All right, I think this is pretty good highlighting for what I wanted to do. All right, let's look at some chats. Slaanesh cultists are out there today. Watch your backs, brothers and sisters. Yes, lots of Slaanesh cultists out on Juneteenth. Oh man, those new models, Holy Mother Terra. I'm pretty new to Warhammer. I didn't know that about that Dreadnought. Oh no, yeah, no worries. There's a lot to learn. If you're new to Warhammer, then every day is a learning experience. Are those new Krieg, or did you strip the old ones? These are, I purchased this from a eBay bulk with a bunch of other Krieg I've got drying outside. So here's the limited edition event only Quartermaster. Maybe we can get to him today. That might be fun. Quartermaster Dane. He looks pretty cool. Yeah, I really like him. He's got a plasma pistol. And then the rest of these are engineers. squad of 10 engineers. So these guys all have shotguns, and they're, wait, maybe does this guy have? This guy's not an engineer. How did he sneak in there? They've all got, they're supposed to have shotguns and like heavier armor than the rest of the Creed guys. So you see they've got these like heavy plates of armor. They don't have the standard like backpack with the sleeping roll on it. And they've got some cool targeting lenses on their gas masks. Their gas masks also, they have tubes that go to the back rather than down the front, that snake down across the front of their uniform, like this guy. That's how I know this isn't just a regular infantry guy. He's got a breathing hose that goes down to his little rebreather pack on his chest. And these guys in the back have special breathing hoses. Here's the leader of the engineer squad. Wait, no, this might be a command guy. Oh, I've got all my miniatures mixed up. I got him mixed up because he's wearing a breastplate, so he's not an engineer. But most of these guys that I have here are engineers. I lied. I don't know what I'm doing. I am all out of sorts today. Plasma suicide here. Here is a guy with the shotgun, the breathing tubes, the targeting lens. There we go. I'm a simple man. I scroll, I hear dry brush ASMR. Right on, welcome, welcome. So the dry brushing ASMR is done. We're doing a little bit of fine edge highlighting here. Oop, gotta thin your paint. Oh, look at that, isn't that satisfying to see like an edge highlight go on so smooth and crisp? The trick is to put most of the paint on the edge, like the flat edge of your brush, and then just carefully drag that flat edge across. Sometimes I like to be a little cheeky and try to paint with the tip of the brush. More often than not, that ends up screwing up the paint job, so I don't like to do that too often. All right, players, we're looking good. I'm gonna get on to the juicy part, which is all the gold. There's a lot of gold, starting with the script work down here. You've got a wolf seahorse. What is this? It's like a wolf in an S shape on the knee. If you're new to Warhammer, you're not familiar with the army that I'm painting this for, they're considered like space Vikings. They're called space wolves, and they've got this really cool, intricate knot work that I'm so happy is sculpted on the model. I don't have to freehand it. It kind of gives you a guide of where to paint your gold. That looks really cool. Let's do a little bit of the breastplate and the chain. I'm going to drink your known oil. Oh my goodness. About how long does it take to paint a model like this one? It depends on how good you want it to look. If you want it to look more like battle worn and simple and not get too fancy with the highlighting, but just do enough to like suggest a color or a highlight, then it would take maybe like 4 to 6 hours. But if you want to really, like if you're painting an Emperor's Children model or something like an Alpha Legion model that looks like really smooth and clean and has a bunch of different effects on it, then I would say it can go anywhere from, you know, the sky's the limit, really. You could spend as long as you want on a model. It depends on what you're comfortable painting, how much you're comfortable painting and leaving, how clean you want it to be. Like right there, I made a pretty messy swipe with my paintbrush, so I'm gonna have to go back and clean up a bit of this overflow. What's the material of these? These are resin miniatures, Rumpelstiltskin. These are resin from Forge World. The company is called Forge World. If you're interested in just getting the plastic models for the game, they have a whole plastic range on Games Workshop, the company is called. What do you think, chat? This skull in the front, I think it's bone, right? I don't think it's gold. I mean, I could just open up my iPad and have my Joy Toy page open here as reference, but I think it's gonna be bone. Because there's so much gold detailing. So this is also, while we're here at this juncture, I want to point out that I don't like to go back and clean mistakes until I'm done with an entire step. Because I find that I'm such a perfectionist that every time I make a mistake, if I try to go back and fix it and clean it, that's gonna make me take forever. It's gonna increase the amount of time that it takes to paint something, so I don't like to do that. All right, I got low battery, so I'm going to plug in my phone. Hey guys, if you enjoyed the stream, if you're finding some value and entertainment, you want to help me out, support me financially, super chats are always welcome and greatly appreciated. If you want to just help out by hanging out and hitting the like button, leaving a comment before you go, YouTube takes all that into account, and when they consider how far to push some content, I would be grateful if you hit that like button before you go. And subscribe if you're so inclined. Anytime I see like rivets, I think, oh, okay, it's trim, therefore it must be gold. Could be wrong. I'm really gonna have to go in with my thinking cap on when I go to the cleanup stage. Yeah, every day that passes, Games Workshop is pumping their Saturnine release, their upcoming Saturnine release, showing off new rules, new pictures of the models, designer notes, all that fun stuff. When in doubt, do what makes you happy is my general advice. Yep, if you're a new painter, do what makes you happy and never stop. Never let yourself get discouraged from continuing. Because if you have a bad day painting, it could really screw you up, right? If I have a bad day and nothing comes out the way I want it, I think everything looks ugly that I painted, it might discourage me from coming back to the table. But the best way to get better is to just sit your butt in the table, and tomorrow's another day. And there are more models to paint. There's always going to be more models to paint. You have a bad day, just get right back in that chair, put your butt in the chair, and pick up the brush. The hobby is all about picking up the brush again when you have a bad day. That thing looks really cool. Yes, it is. All right, let's do the cleanup phase, and then we will Actually, you know what? Before I clean up, let's do something fun. Let's do the gems. So if you're just scrolling by and you see something that looks really nice, then I think hopefully this should make you stick around for a little bit. I want to really do as much as I can honk honk before my girls wake up, because boy, once they do, the stream is pretty much over. It ends. It's like, okay, got to go from painting God mode to abused daddy mode. I don't mean that. They don't really abuse me. Just my one daughter. Like, I got this one daughter that is so into pinching now. What's that about? Like, when I carry her, I pick her up. She just wants to pinch my neck and my collarbone. And I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Don't pinch me. Nice. And then I'm gonna finish that with some Tamiya Clear Red. But first, let's hit it with bright orange. I'm gonna use Wild Rider Red as my first highlight color. Daddy mode, yep. I might need to have a little gander at some Horus Heresy Space Wolves, bro. Horus Heresy Space Wolves is the way to go. Their models are so good. Like, you think this 40K Space Wolves look like Space Vikings? These the 30K ones are like a whole nother breed apart. It's actually coming out okay. I don't know if I have to go back and do a... Yeah, I should. Yep, daddy mode. Let's hit some bone colors. Yep, would love to have you in the Discord if you're not there already. I've made so many new friends, got so many new supporters for my channel, the one from the past, and some other people who've just joined because of the summer painting challenge or seen my content on shorts and whatever. So thank you to everybody who's been supporting me so far. And if you're not already a member, then I hope you please hop over. Become a channel member, subscribe, all that good stuff. Get on the Discord. I got a very cool email from a representative over this company called Golden Maple. They produce paintbrushes, and I've seen them so many times. I actually picked up like a set of theirs before I even was contacted by them, but they said, hey, we like your YouTube stuff. I'd like to send you some brushes to try out and review. And I think that's cool. So I'm gonna hopefully be getting some Golden Maple brushes, and I'll show them off on camera. I don't like to be a grifter. Some people say that like I'm a huge shill for Games Workshop. Bro, I pay the same prices that everybody else does. I'm not an influencer that gets models early. So I hate when people say I'm a huge shill for them. Like, I've just been painting their products, and overall, I like the majority of what they've produced and what they sell. I say overall because, like, there are products that I don't care for. There are miniatures that I think look ugly, And if I do, I'm gonna call him out. I'm not gonna say something is cool if it's not. My channel has always been about transparency, and I am just as much invested as the next person. You know what I mean? Like, I'm spending the same money that everybody else is, so I'm not gonna say something is amazing if it's bullpucky. I don't know if my chat froze again or if I have to refresh it. If you guys are typing anything, give me a second to finish what I'm doing, and then I will check it out. All right, script work looks mostly done. All of the knot work looks mostly done. I think the gems are dried. Hello, Emmanuel Aponte. So, yeah, let's go to it. Tamiya Clear Red. I think I bought this bottle of Tamiya Clear Red back when it was only $2.50. I don't remember what store I bought it from. But can you imagine buying a pot of paint now for $2.50? It's still, I still got like maybe a good amount of it. Yeah, there's a good amount in there. Perfect for blood effects, but I've also been reminded that it's also really good to use on like cockpits, canopies, stained glass windows. But look at that, it makes such a great blood effect. I had some of this like painted on my hand once because I was doing like a test of something, and my lady boss, who was my girlfriend at the time, met me for a date afterwards, and she was like, "What did you do? Did you cut yourself painting your little plastic men?" And I was like, "Oh no." That's how good of an effect it is. You don't want to overdo it though. I'm just doing it for like the red glossy glaze. All right. Now we're gonna go into the cleanup mode. Actually, you know what, before we do that, let's make it a little bit more interesting to people who are doom scrolling by. And I like to break up the boring stuff, the slower paced steps, with some interesting things to look at. So let's highlight, before we get into the silver, let's highlight this cow skull. Oh no, how come I still have some red in there? Look at that, 58. The chat is as lively as it has ever been. I don't think I've ever crossed 50. So YouTube is doing me a solid by showing me to people, and my content is good enough to be up there. So welcome to the party. Hey, Harry, welcome to the live stream. We're painting up this Space Wolves Contemptor Dreadnought from Forge World. And now I'm gonna paint this little skull. Whenever I paint things like bone, things that used to be alive, I like to go with like little stabs of my paintbrush rather than doing like straight paint strokes, because this creates like a variation that looks more natural. And here, let me zoom in a little bit. 68 now, awesome. Welcome to the party, everybody. I was doom scrolling earlier, and I was like, I wonder who's doing live streams today and what it's all about. And I got caught, I got stuck, just hypnotized watching this one of a guy building paper crafts, describing his whole setup and his hobby and stuff. And I'm like, that's what I like. All right, that's cool. That looks pretty neat. Give me, I am the mimic thief. Oh boy. Step by step, it's coming to life. That's right. So now is the part that I don't like to do, but you gotta do it. It's called the cleanup step. Just like Barney the dinosaur says, you gotta clean up, clean up. The paper engineer, that's him. What brand of brushes do you use? This is a Vallejo brush. Vallejo created a 3-pack. This precision brush, which is actually just my workhorse brush, and then they created in this same pack, there is like a very fine, small precision brush, and I can recognize it because they all have these little green little butts. And this one is a 3/0. So yeah, this is a very, very small tip, but I think I've worked this one to death. Sup, bro? Good job. Do you collect only 40K or Fantasy Battle too? I was originally a Fantasy Battle. I had a huge Vampire Counts and Orcs and Goblin Empire collection. I'm actually painting up some dwarves right now for the summer painting challenge. Can I get someone's number? I'm bored. You could have mine, Hannah, but my lady boss would kill me, so can't help you there. What was I talking about? If you could get the, if you could get onto my older videos, you could see I've got a lot, like starting with dwarves. Yeah, I've got a ton. I've got so much content from models that I've painted over the years. And I love, don't share your number. Piss off. Don't give your number online. It's not good. All right. Bruh. The Prayer Warrior. I'm so happy my stream has gotten big enough to warrant somebody coming in and quoting scripture. Like, that's how you know you made it, folks. When somebody just comes in and drops John 3:16 into your stream. Oh man, I gotta tell my wife. She's gonna be so excited for me. Babe, somebody quoted John 3:16. How many super chats did you get? Oh no. That's all she cares about. And then I tell her, you know, the real super chat is all the friends that I made along the way. And then she hits me over the head with a frying pan. So this cleanup phase is basically just taking how many Warhammer? All of them. Oh, what the Sigma, bro. I played Fantasy Battle for High Elves in my childhood. Yeah, High Elves are great. The Machine God bless you. Oh, thank you, Machine God. I need it. Then tell the Coffee God I need his blessings too. High Elves are beautiful. They're so great. And they, do you remember the Island of Blood release where they came out with all of the Illyrian riders and the Lothern Sea Guard? That was fantastic. That was so cool. All right, now, you might say Agrax Earthshade is great for just joined. Hey, Waylon, thanks. You might say Agrax Earthshade is what you should do for panel lining gray, but let me show you a pro tip. True gamer move, power gamer move. Take your Dryad bark and mix that bad boy with a little bit of Lamian medium, and then you're gonna create a wash that does even better than Agrax Earthshade. And best of all, it dries matte instead of shiny like Agrax Earthshade does. That's what I hate about Agrax Earthshade. It dries shiny. All right, players, I hear my baby screaming in the background. We haven't made a single super chat today. I'm not gonna call it a loss. I'm gonna say, you know what? I was here, you were here. We shared some moments together. We shared some laughs. Hannah almost got somebody to give her their number, and I'm gonna say it was a successful stream because look how far I got, man. And there's 67 people in the chat right now. That is like a milestone achievement for WarbossTae Studios. I'm so happy. I hope you guys have all subscribed to my channel. Hit the notifications button, ring the bell, do all that good stuff. I swear, I thought I had a big bottle of Lamian medium right here. I'm gonna keep my ear open. We're trying to teach our girls to settle back down for their naps. It's kind of rough though. So if she keeps screaming, I'm gonna have to dig out. Hopefully it's Just a momentary thing. Yeah, I can at least show you guys my technique. Are you excited for the Warhammer TV show? Not really, because I don't subscribe to Warhammer Plus. Lamian medium. I'm gonna show you a little bit of the dried bark. Keep my ears open for my daughter. Stop painting, stop streaming. I don't want to sleep anymore. Naps are for losers. All right. The one from the past, thank you for my coffee. I need it, my daily cup of coffee. Thank you so much for the super chat. Woohoo! I'm gonna consider today a rousing success. If I can get my daughter to calm down and hang out, then I will come back for sure, and we will continue the party. You're welcome to stay and hang out. Make sure you have your notifications turned on so you know that I'm gonna be live streaming again. I'm probably gonna have to go, but I'll show you really quickly what this is gonna look like. Dryad bark with some Lamian medium as a panel liner. Creates amazing looking dirt and weathering. And it works really well for gray miniatures, like 30K Space Wolves. Okay, I'm gonna head out because my daughter is calling for me. So thanks for watching, thanks for checking it out. I appreciate all of you hanging out, and we will continue the party later. Thanks again, the one from the past, for this super chat. Awesome.